to avoid me.
10 songs, 10 stories that will make you feel something you weren't ready to feel today. These aren't just hits that climb the charts. These are songs born from loss, fury, and heartbreak that refuse to stay quiet.
A chair, crystal chair.
By the end of this countdown, you'll understand why soul music isn't a genre. It's a testimony. Let's begin. Number 10, At Last, Etta James. Here's something that will completely rewire the way you hear this song forever.
At last.
At Last was not written for Etta James. It was written in 1941 for a wartime movie.
Oh, in my lonely.
Glenn Miller and his orchestra recorded it, and it sat there for nearly 20 years. A pleasant big band standard, lovely but forgettable. Then in 1960, a 22-year-old woman named Etta Hawkins, who had already been fighting drug addiction, industry racism, and a childhood with no father in sight, walked into Chess Records in Chicago. She didn't just cover that song. She rebuilt it from the inside out. She took that sweet, proper Tin Pan Alley melody, and within the first 3 notes, she was already somewhere else entirely. Flying, climbing, crying through a smile.
In clover.
The result was so original that for decades, as people genuinely believed ETTA wrote it, because her version feels like it came straight from inside her body, not from any sheet of music.
I looked at you.
The Grammy Hall of Fame inducted her version in 1999. The Library of Congress declared it culturally and historically significant. And the week she died, January 2012, age 73. At Last entered the UK Top 40 for the very first time, 52 years after she recorded it.
I have never known.
Some songs outlive everything. This one outlived the woman who made it eternal. Number 9, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, Marvin Gaye. This is the song Motown tried to bury, not once, but twice. Written in 1966 by Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong. The Miracles recorded it first. Berry Gordy said no, too bluesy, not commercial enough. Then Marvin Gaye recorded his own version, darker, more brooding, more desperate. Gordy said no again, shelved it. Gave it to Gladys Knight and the Pips instead, whose gospel-fired version reached number 2 on the pop charts in 1967. Whitfield was still not done. He buried Marvin's version quietly on an album, not even a single, just a track.
You could have told me yourself.
But DJs started spinning it without Motown's permission, and the people demanded it. Gordy had no choice but to release it. It spent 7 consecutive weeks at number 1. It became the biggest Motown hit to that point in history. Here is the detail that makes it unforgettable. Whitfield deliberately placed the song slightly too high in Marvin's vocal range on purpose forcing him to strain for every note.
If it's true, please tell me, dear.
That tightness you hear in his voice, that is not an actor performing pain. That is real physical difficulty happening in real time, and you feel it every single time you listen. This dark, beautiful, brooding song almost never got released, and it became a legend anyway.
Listen, 90% of you watching right now aren't subscribed yet. If these stories are blowing your mind, imagine what you're missing. Hit subscribe, turn on that bell, and join the 200,000 R&B fans who never miss a Groove Lens upload.
Number 8, A Change Is Gonna Come. Sam Cooke.
I was born by the river.
When Bobby Womack first heard this song, he said it felt like death.
Oh, yes, it will. It's been true.
The drummer at the recording session refused to play on it, and Sam Cooke himself was so unsettled by what he had written that he almost never performed it live.
The river I've been running ever since.
It was born from a night in October 1963 when Sam Cooke, already one of the most famous black artists in America,
Somebody keep telling me don't hang around.
was turned away from a Holiday Inn in Shreveport, Louisiana, despite holding a confirmed reservation.
Oh, yes, it will. I go.
His wife warned him, "They'll kill you." Sam said, "They ain't gonna kill me. I'm Sam Cooke."
Beyond the sky, it's been a long.
He was arrested for disturbing the peace that night, combined with Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech and Bob Dylan's "Blowin' in the Wind," broke something open in him.
Then I go.
The song came to him in a dream, almost fully formed, and he recorded it on January 30th, 1964.
It's been a long.
A sweeping symphonic arrangement, strings, horns, and timpani, inside 3.5 minutes.
There've been times that I thought.
11 days after its release as a single, Sam Cooke was shot dead at a Los Angeles motel. He was 33 years old.
But he winds up.
Rolling Stone later ranked it the #1 protest song of all time. The Library of Congress placed it in the National Recording Registry.
Oh, yes, it will.
He wrote a song about death while still alive. Then he died, and the song lived for everyone.
Time coming, but I know change gon'.
Number 7, Sittin' On the Dock of the Bay. Otis Redding.
Sitting in the morning sun.
3 days. That is how much time separated Otis Redding's final recording session from the plane crash that took his life in the icy waters of Lake Monona, Wisconsin.
Wasting time.
He first wrote the opening lines on a houseboat in Sausalito, California, in the summer of 1967.
Just sitting on the dock of the bay.
Watching ferries drift across the bay, scribbling verses on napkins and hotel paper through months of touring.
And then I watch him roll away again.
He finished the song with guitarist Steve Cropper at Stax Studios in Memphis on December 7th, 1967. 3 days later, he was gone. He was 26 years old.
So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay.
Nobody at Stax believed in the song. Executives said it was too soft, too pop for Otis. Even Otis believed it was still unfinished.
And I'm just gonna sit at the dock of the bay.
Steve Cropper mixed the final recording alone, adding seagulls and ocean waves exactly as Otis had requested, while Otis's body still had not been recovered from the lake.
Remain the same, yes, sitting here resting my...
It became the first posthumous #1 single in American chart history. BMI later named it the 6th most performed song of the entire 20th century. And that whistling you hear at the end of the song? Otis had planned an improvised vocal ad-lib there. He forgot the words mid-take, so he just started whistling. Cropper left it in. That moment, unplanned, unfinished, accidental, may be the most heartbreaking sound in recorded musics. Number 6, Let's Stay Together, Al Green. Al Green wrote the lyrics to this song in 15 minutes. Then it took 100 hours to record them.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Late 1971, Memphis. Producer Willie Mitchell and drummer Al Jackson were noodling in the studio. No particular goal. Green walked in, heard the groove, stepped out.
You forever, yeah.
15 minutes later, he was back with the complete lyrics on paper. But recording it became a war.
Ooh, loving.
Green wanted to sing it big, powerful, muscular. Mitchell kept stopping him. I don't want that voice. I want you. He told Green he sounded like everyone else. Green cried. He ran out to his Corvette and spun the tires so hard Mitchell heard the screech from inside the studio. He drove off to think. When he came back, he whispered it. Mitchell looked up. That's the one.
Loving you weather.
500,000 copies pressed before release. All gold in 3 days. 9 straight weeks at #1 on the R&B chart. The Library of Congress added it to the National Recording Registry in 2010. During the session, Mitchell brought people in off the street to stand and watch Green sing, because he said you perform with more soul when real people are watching.
Around you is all I see.
Listen closely to that record. You can hear every single one of them in that voice.
Would you, baby? Big.
Number 5, If You Don't Know Me By Now, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes featuring Teddy Pendergrass.
You will never know.
2 men wrote this song from inside their own failing marriages, Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff.
Thank you.
Architects of the entire Philadelphia soul sound, pulled one line from Personal Pain: if you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me.
All the things.
They originally wrote it for LaBelle. Scheduling conflicts. It never got recorded, so it landed with Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. A group grinding for 18 years without a major hit. And their most powerful weapon wasn't even supposed to sing. Teddy Pendergrass joined the group as the drummer. When the lead vocalist quit, Melvin pushed him to the front. What came out of that man's mouth, raw gravel wrapped in velvet, changed everything.
Swear I ain't gonna do nothing.
Number 1, R&B. Number 3, pop. Grammy nominated, named one of the RIAA's Songs of the Century.
Come home a little late at night.
Behind the success, Pendergrass and Melvin fought bitterly over money. Fans kept mistaking Teddy for Harold. He walked out in 1976 at the peak of their fame. 5 consecutive platinum solo albums followed. Then, in 1982, a car accident left him paralyzed from the chest down. He was 31 years old. A drummer, a borrowed song, 18 years of grinding, and a voice that absolutely nobody saw coming. Number 4, Being With You, Smokey Robinson.
I don't care if they start to avoid me.
By 1981, most people in the music industry had quietly decided Smokey Robinson was finished. The Miracles had broken up.
Being with you, being with you.
His solo albums had underperformed. The world had moved to disco and new wave. Smokey was a name from another era.
And my relations.
Then he sat down and wrote Being With You, every word himself. No collaborators, no tricks, just a voice that was older, wiser, and still wrapped in impossible silk. Here is the detail almost nobody knows. Smokey did not write this for himself. He wrote it for Kim Carnes, the same artist who dominated 1981 with Bette Davis Eyes. She passed on it. Smokey kept it. It went to number 1 on the R&B chart and number 2 on the Hot 100, the highest pop position he had ever reached as a solo artist. The string arrangement is almost painfully restrained. The strings drift in behind the chorus like curtains slowly opening, never crowding his voice, always framing it like a portrait in a quiet room. This was the quiet storm before anyone named it, a vow delivered in a whisper, a refusal to apologize for love. The man who helped build Motown, who was there at the very beginning, proved in 1981 that some voices do not age. They simply deepen. Number 3, End of the Road, Boyz II Men. 4 men, 3 hours, 1 recording session, and the record that broke a Billboard chart record Elvis Presley had held since 1956.
We belong together.
Babyface and Daryl Simmons wrote this for the Eddie Murphy film Boomerang, while both men were personally going through divorces. Babyface loved his own demo so much he nearly kept it for himself. He handed it over. When Babyface and L.A. Reid flew from Atlanta to Philadelphia to record Boyz II Men, they discovered the group had to leave for a tour the very next day. 3 hours was all they had. Wanya Morris, who delivers some of the most devastating vocals on the track, didn't even like the song when he first heard it. L.A. Reid pulled an all-nighter mixing it to make the film's deadline. When his personal trainer arrived the next morning and found him still in the studio, Reid immediately put him to work doing hand claps on the record. Number 1 on the Hot 100 by August 15th, 1992. It stayed there for 13 consecutive weeks, shattering Elvis's 11-week record from 1956. Forever, you and I. 2 Grammy Awards, 6th biggest song of the entire 1990s decade, nearly 300 million YouTube views. 3 hours, 1 session, 13 weeks at number 1, Never underestimate what a deadline can pull out of a person. Number 2, I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston.
But I know
Elvis Presley wanted this song. Dolly Parton said no. His manager demanded half her publishing rights as the price for Elvis to record it.
the way.
Dolly refused, cried about it all night, and held firm.
We'll always love you.
Because she held that line, the royalties from Whitney Houston's version earned Dolly enough to buy an entire commercial property in a black Nashville neighborhood. She called it the house that Whitney built. Dolly wrote the song in 1973 as a professional farewell to her mentor, Porter Wagoner. Never a love song, always a goodbye with grace. In 1992, Kevin Costner needed a closing song for The Bodyguard. The original choice fell through. Whitney had passed on Dolly's version, too country. Then Costner played her Linda Ronstadt's cover. Something shifted. She recorded it on April 22nd in 1992, opening completely a cappella for 44 full seconds. No instruments, just her voice.
Life treats you kind.
Then the strings arrive. Then the key change. When Dolly first heard it on the radio while driving, she said she nearly wrecked and had to pull over to listen.
On this, I wish you love.
14 weeks at number 1. 24 million copies sold. Best-selling single by a female artist of all time. First 1990s video to reach 1 billion YouTube views. Whitney died in 2012. Dolly's tribute ended simply, Whitney, I will always love you. Some songs outlive two singers at once. Number 1, A House Is Not a Home, Luther Vandross. Burt Bacharach and Hal David wrote this song in 1964. Dionne Warwick recorded it, barely cracked the top 70. Two of the greatest songwriters in history watched their ballad live in the shadows for nearly 2 decades. Then Luther Vandross arrived. His 1981 studio version, stretched to 7 full minutes, became the cornerstone of Quiet Storm radio. But the moment that made it legendary happened live at the 1986 NAACP Image Awards. Luther walked out in a black tuxedo. Janet Jackson was in the audience. Anita Baker was there. And Dionne Warwick, who recorded the original 22 years earlier, was seated near the front. Luther sang her song back to her face. He split single words into 8 different notes, while he improvised entirely new phrases mid-song and landed perfectly on the beat every time. Rolling Stone described it as a performance where he could splinter a single no into 6 or 8 parts. Cameras cut to Warwick. Her jaw dropped, then her eyes filled with tears. She later wrote, "His version was so beautifully done, I was at a loss for words." And a house is not a home when Luther suffered a stroke in 2003. He passed away in July 2005 at 54 years old. But that performance is still playing in someone's living room right now. It always will be.
Suddenly your face appears.
10 songs, 10 stories you can verify, look up, and feel all over again. Soul music kept its promises. Hit subscribe, and we'll keep showing up with more.
Yeah, baby. And don't let one